course, you can always order any products that you hear us advertise on the program at brightsideben.com. You can also join the Brightside Ben team for a one-time $10 fee by clicking on the Join the Team link at brightsideben.com. Of course, you can also call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. They can tell you all about the tax benefits and the health benefits and the business benefits associated with having your own business for a one-time $10 fee. You can ask them any questions you want at 866-735-2470. They're friendly and knowledgeable. They know all about the longevity business, and they know all about the longevity products as well. That's 866-735-2470. Our number today on the bright side, and we do have a couple lines open for you at 855-660-4261. That's 855-660-4261. Try to get on board early so we can get to as many calls as possible. Also want to remind you to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, which we update regularly with news stories and blog posts. Thank you to my webmaster, Robert Lundgren, who does such a fine job at pharmacistben.com. Okay, we're talking about choline, really interesting nutrient that you don't hear a lot about. Really, the research on choline has gotten fast and furious. Lots of articles have appeared on choline in the last 15 years. It was only around 1997 or 1998 that choline was appreciated as an essential or a conditionally essential nutrient, especially for brain health, especially for the health of the nervous system, and also for the health of the liver. Folks who have liver diseases tend to be deficient in choline. Choline can be considered one of the B vitamins. It's water soluble, which means every time we go to the bathroom, every time we urinate, it's excreted out. This idea of excreting out your B vitamins and your vitamin C as well, and your electrolytes, is very important to recognize. We've said so many times in the program, there's two types of nutrients. You got water-soluble nutrients. Those are nutrients that dissolve in water. And then you have fat-soluble nutrients, nutrients that dissolve in fat. Your fat-soluble nutrients are more like long-term nutrients because they're stored. Fatty material is sticky and it tends to get stored. Unlike water-soluble materials, the B complex, electrolytes like potassium and sodium and magnesium and calcium, and vitamin C, all are urinated out. That means the more water you're drinking, the more likely it is that you're going to be deficient in these nutrients. Same thing if you wake up in the morning after you've gone to the bathroom a couple of times, urinated a couple times in the middle of the night. Most of us tend to be tired. Well, one of the reasons we're tired first thing in the morning is because we're deficient in our energizing, quick-acting nutrients, the B complex, vitamin C, and electrolytes. The fat-soluble nutrients, your vitamins D, E, A, and K, and essential fatty acids, they're more long-term type nutrients for building things. The water-soluble nutrients are for quick energy. And one of the reasons we're fatigued in the morning is because we've lost these quick energy nutrients. That's why it's so important, especially if you're drinking water, a lot of water, or especially if you've gone to the bathroom a few times or more in the middle of the night, that you replace those water-soluble nutrients with your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. If you're drinking 16 ounces of water every few hours or so, make sure that at least one of those 16-ounce bottles has some Beyond Tangy Tangerine in it. That way you'll be replacing the B vitamins, the vitamin C, and the electrolytes that you're urinating out as you go to the bathroom. Choline is a B vitamin-like substance. It's got a watery nature, but it's also got a fatty nature. It's kind of has a ambidextrous kind of quality. It's watery as well as fatty. It's watery, which means you're going to be excreting it out as you go to the bathroom. On the other hand, choline is also very important for the fatty part of the body. In fact, choline is one of the most important of all fat processing nutrients. Deficiencies in choline will typically affect the liver, the brain, and the nervous system, all of which are dramatically affected, for better or for worse, by fat metabolism. Choline's dual nature, its fatty nature and watery nature, it's got fatty aspects and watery aspects, makes it ideal for membranes. Membranes have both fatty and watery characteristics. Membranes have to have this fatty and watery nature for them to do their separating work. Membranes separate compartments in the body. Membranes are made of fat. They're like little slices of fat that act to separate two watery compartments. That means they have to have both a fatty nature and a watery nature in order to do their separating work more effectively. Thus, choline, which in its various forms and its various derivatives can function as both a fatty and watery substance, is always going to be found stored in membranes. Membranes can be thought of as a magic bridge or a magical transformation area where water from inside a cell gets converted into the fat of the membrane first, which then gets converted back into the watery compartment on the other side of the membrane. A membrane is like a transition space between two watery compounds. You've got the watery compound, a cell membrane anyway, you got a watery compound inside the cell, you got a membrane, and then you've got the outside watery world that the cell is residing in. The body is made up of these cells. Each cell has an inside, a membrane, and then an outside. Inside, membrane, and then an outside. And this membrane is really fascinating. On the TV show Star Trek, when the spaceship or the Starship Enterprise goes from regular speed to warp speed, there's this little bumpy transformation as the starship or the spaceship jumps to the higher speed. If you guys watch Star Trek, you know what I'm talking about. There's a little bumpy ride that the Enterprise goes through as it jumps speeds. This bumpy ride always occurs as transformations from one state go to another state. This bump that occurs as one speed is changing to the next is a type of membrane. Anytime there's a transformation, there's going to be a period of adjustment, and that period of adjustment can be thought of as a membrane. When it comes to the cells of the body, the watery inside world of a cell is kept separated from the watery outside world of a cell by the membrane, which must, by definition, be a layer of fat. If it wasn't a layer of fat, it couldn't separate the two watery compartments, the watery inside from the watery outside. And this layer of fat between two phases of water represents a transition from the inside to the outside. The membrane is fatty, which from a chemical standpoint is of a different nature than the inside and outside. It's got inside, then membrane, then outside, and this different chemical makeup, this fatty nature of the membrane as opposed to the watery nature of the inside and outside, is what accounts for its ability to segregate the inside world of a cell from the outside environment that cell is sitting in. If there's no difference between the inside and the outside, if there's no membrane in the middle, they're just going to blend into each other, and you're not going to have your boundary. And it's like a fence that surrounds a city. If there's no fence that surrounded the city, or if the fence wasn't different from the inside of the city and the outside of the city, the two would blend together. A fence or a wall acts to distinguish the inside from the outside because it's a different nature. It has a different makeup than the inside and the outside. A membrane, from a microscopic perspective, from a nanoscopic perspective, is like a wall. It's like a fence. It's like the little bumpy part in the transformation from regular speed to warp speed. In terms of the membrane, choline acts like a stabilizing force. It's like the bricks of a wall or the bricks of a fence. It forms the solidity or the solid structure of this fatty slice that separates the membrane, that separates the inside from the outside. Choline is membranous. Think membrane, think choline. Hang tight. We'll finish up when we come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben.
Hi, John Hubner from Midas Resources. Are you tired of watching your hard-earned assets dwindle away? As government spending is out of hand and the Federal Reserve is creating in excess of $20 billion a week, are you tired of stockbrokers gambling away your hard-earned money? Is this market a setup for a crash greater than 1987? Too many of today's policies resemble those that led to the collapse of 1929. This is John Hubner, and that was me in 2007. And we all know what happened when the subprime credit bubble burst. By March 2009, the dollar lost 50% of its value. The entire U.S. banking system was on the verge of collapsing. Like all financial problems of the past, is history about to repeat itself? Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129, before it's too late to protect yourself. Will the oncoming catastrophe take all private IRAs, 401ks with it? There is a way to protect your hard-earned assets. Call me, John Hubner, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 129.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Attention! Do you owe money to the IRS or have years of unfiled returns? Are you being audited or receiving threatening letters? If the answer is yes, you need help. The IRS can seize your property and assets, impose fines and penalties, garnish your wages, and even go after your bank account. Don't take on the IRS by yourself. Don't let the IRS destroy your life. Take action now. Call our team of experts for a free and confidential initial evaluation. We've helped thousands resolve their tax problems. Let us help you. 800-261-7073. 800-261-7073.
Ted Anderson telling you about Jordan Rubin's Beyond Organic Green-Fed Raw Cheddar Artesian Cheese featuring whole milk created through ancient dairy breeding, unpasteurized, untreated whole milk on the same farm the cows graze, containing natural sources of omega-3s, CLA protein, calcium, probiotics, and enzymes. I have never tasted cheese this good, and you need to try it. Contact your Longevity distributor or call 877-878-4203 or go to gcnteam.com. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Hear that? That's the sound of a house being trashed while a gang of thieves ransack the place. And what they don't steal will be destroyed.
You can prevent being the next victim of a break-in. Go to faketv.com and discover a device that creates the illusion someone inside is watching TV, even when you're miles away. Security is a mindset, and Fake TV should be part of your security solution. Be vigilant, but not fearful. faketv.com.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
Welcome back to The Bright Side. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben. We're talking about choline and membranes. There's actually a derivative of choline called acetylcholine, which has some really interesting properties for stabilizing cell membranes. This idea of the membrane is so important when it comes to health. We've said on The Bright Side that all disease is cell disease, but really all disease is cell membrane disease. And why is this important? Well, it's important because if you got a messed up cell membrane, any nutritional supplements that you take, any hormonal supplements that you take, even any medications that you take, aren't going to be operating with full effectiveness. This is especially true when it comes to nutritional supplements as well as to hormones. And as we get older, one of the things that happens to our bodies is our cell membranes start to break down. That means our hormones, if we're taking hormone replacement therapy or even our hormones that our body naturally makes, will not work as effectively. And it also means that nutrients won't work as effectively either. It also means that oxygen, so important for energizing a cell, won't get into a cell as effectively. And it also means that poisons and toxins won't leave a cell as effectively. Thus, the unbelievable, unspeakable importance of the cell membrane and the health of the cell membrane. How do you keep your cell membranes healthy? Well, first of all, you want to make sure you got enough fats, good fats, essential fatty acids and such in your diet. Secondly, you want to make sure you have enough nutrients in your diet, especially choline and lecithin, which is the primary source of choline in the American diet. Just another important aspect of lecithin. We've talked about lecithin as a supplement for helping us process fats. Well, lecithin, as it turns out, is also a great source of choline.